What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of my Byzantium playthrough where we're doing really well. I'm really enjoying this game still, and we recently, last episode, began the court and country disaster. Now, it's already been around 2 years, I'm not sure exactly, but that's about 20% of the way through the disaster. It actually finishes after 10 years, assuming you fulfill the requirements, which are all incredibly easy. Probably the hardest is making sure that there's not a single rebel-owned province. With that being said, took a big chunk of Iberia, and if we had a merchant free, that would probably benefit us quite well. It's tempting to move one of them around, but the reality is that we only have 40% here in Genoa, even though it's so much more affluent. We have 100% here. So we can pretty easily gauge that this is worth about half as much, but I don't have that much influence. Although on the other hand, I could throw all my lights into protecting here if we switch them around. Ooh, it's hard to determine, but I think actually that might be a bit more beneficial. Let's do a kind of a long-term thing here. We're getting 85 from trade. So how about we... I think collecting in Venice is smart, but I'm not 100%. We need to get rid of Mantua. That would bump up our influence significantly. Yep, let's try this. We were getting 85 ducats, so let's do that. And then we're going to send our lightships over there. But regardless, oh yay, the coalition is leaving again. That actually probably makes annexing Mantua very plausible. One ally. Let's do it. So what I intended to do this episode was go into the Mamelukes. We almost have the entire region here which is required to form Rome. That border looks fine. We overkilled it a little bit, so I need to own these. And that's obviously this nation. He is guaranteed by the Mamelukes, which is a little bit awkward. But yeah, I was thinking that I would like to take this from the war with the Mams. However, they have occupations set up by Timurids, by the Timurids. So that's a little bit awkward because I'd have to wait for that to finish. This gives us something to do in the meantime, which is cool. I'm going to go ahead and take this to Diplo Reputation. And we are an empire, guys, but I'm actually going to change. I'm going to bloody change to Focus Diplo. We're getting so many admin points, guys. We were getting 17 a month with our 6 here, over 50 power projection for now, and the 5 from our advisor. So I'm going to switch that out because we're doing very well in admin, and we have a lot of land to be integrated. And yeah, I'm kind of interested to see. Our reputation is really high. That's cool. Even with overextension. I'm interested to see how many diplo points we spend when integrating a nation. Because I would like to integrate this dude who is, after the Pope, the most influential apart from us. So he's third. Speaking of the Pope, he's actually got 26% in Genoa. If we did integrate this dude, we'd get the Holy War CB against the Pope. Otherwise, I guess we could just claim up his land if we felt like doing it sooner. Let's send one of our stacks down to fight the Mems. So the Timurids are a great power, which is pretty cool. I like to see that. I mean, you'd think that they could probably form the Mughal Empire, which I don't really understand the region 100%. Oh, nice. Production. Oh, 2 good events. Beauty, mate. That stability's not an issue for us, is it? I think it might be. No, because it's already fired. No, 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 I'm thinking about progression. Dude, I'm just stressing now after failing to trigger this. No, if you hit 3 stability, this would the progression of the disaster would be wiped. But yeah, stability's not going to bail us out of the court and country. Don't stress. We'll take that. Yeah, over prestige, which is not worth anything for us right now. And this is actually stated. Oh, paper. Okay, so I can see paper has finally reduced in price, because my goodness was it valuable when the printing press came around. But it's still pretty good. But that, yeah, development, nice there. And what can you build on paper? I don't know. A mill, which would probably end up building here now that we have 7 development. Either way, there's already a workshop there. I love it. Anything that boosts development feels good, man. And there's no harm in not converting up our land any longer, which is something we were kind of refraining from doing. I'm kind of hoping that the stack just walks onto the mountains there. We'll wreck him. And we need to go peace out, Cleves. Separate peace, and most likely to make this war move along that much sooner. Yes, I think after this war, guys, we indirectly own all of Italy. That much more reason to integrate our subject, because we will literally own all of Italy. I should be using my good siege general, my best general, period. Oh, you know what I completely forgot to do? I forgot to hand that off. And apparently I'm coring it. My bad. Let's, yeah, oh my, in between episodes, guys, dropping the ball. Been dropping the ball a lot lately. Let's focus on that. Hopefully this war is not, you know, too long. Can wrap it up here shortly. And we had a little bit of business to take care of while I was at peace. Oopsie daisies. Really looking forward to integrating Austria, guys. This area, oh my goodness, look at it. Beautiful. If only grain was worth something, but still. The development is so high, like just the tax and so on is going to be real nice. I think Austrian might be a culture group worth accepting. Everybody loves Austrians. Weak claim. Feels bad, man. That's alright. I think this ruler is worth the weak claim. 631. My poor military points are not going to be doing that well, but at the end of the game, like, you kind of don't have anything to spend your military on anyway. Usually what I end up doing as things get later is taking military policies. Just like whatever you want, if manpower is an issue or so on. Okay, so this guy's 50% cheaper admin dude. We can hire him and boost him up if our current 50% cheaper guy dies. Oh, it's a woman actually, my bad. It's a woman. So are our subjects sieging this dude up? Still have some rebel factions spawning. Haha, this guy's in the mountains. Let's go butcher them. Suckers. I am keeping some army there in Iberia though. Okay, it looks like the mems are out of that war. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and declare on him. I should do it before Sind will back him up, because I would like to fight Sind in another war. That's probably not worth much overextension, but I did want to be at peace. God dang it. It was a bit of a stupid mistake there. Do we have any unrest in this area? They recently spawned, so apparently not. I'm going to try to hold out, guys, and finish up this war here real quick. but I do want to declare on the MEMS and not have Sind back him up. So it's got a little bit of cash for us. I noticed that we are losing some money, quite a bit of money. That's currently we're reinforcing some troops, and our advisors are less than ideal. We're also massively overextended. Okay, so let's have a look at this here. Oh, I just remember looking for this earlier. So it's the whole area. Jeez, man. Let's take the particularists in Cairo where there's a fort. As I did just state that up, I'm not sure if that event triggers in non-stated territories where you would gain absolutism. In most areas which are non-stated, I wouldn't really care, you know, about gaining absolute autonomy. Some I would. You know, losing that 25% autonomy that you do have can be upsetting. Cool. Here we go. Sind is no longer allied. Don't have to worry about that. Let's get out of this bloody war, get to peace, and go straight back in against the Mamluks. Hey, what? Oh, I had the mission to fill our coffers, which I failed. Because we're losing money. Feels bad, man. Oh, well. Let's just siege down this capital, and then the war is over with. And I think I'm going to be a bit cheeky, even though we're far behind, and I'm just going to integrate this dude. He costs, I think last time I checked, he costed like maybe just under 500 points to integrate. And I kind of feel like we can manage that. Oh, god damn it. I completely forgot that they actually own the capital when they spawn. I was wondering what happened there for a moment. They did end up increasing autonomy, but not by much. Alright, let's move over here for the bit of unrest that will occur due to this. Cool. That should have, yeah, look at that. The only other person affecting Venice and losing us a small amount of collecting here is Austria, who is going to be a part of our nation soon, I suspect. Let's grant him Tyrol, which is what I should have done before we went to war. Let's begin integrating this dude. Oh, 548. It's a lot. But we're only doing 5. We are overextended, to be fair. But, yeah, we're still gaining 7 while we integrate. It'll be interesting to see exactly where our reputation is at once we're, you know, not overextended. But that's why I'm focusing my Diplo. Because to be really efficient, I mean, we want the war score cost without a doubt. That's just good. Especially as you gain absolutism, your admin efficiency increases, whatever. We want that. And then ideally, you want to get the technology cost and finish the idea, which is going to make your tech cheaper. You know, that's the most efficient way to do it, for sure. Let's quickly check the MEMS tech. Oh, he's in front of us. It's got 41k. Let's tick up for -5 as we're about to be capped on our military points. We can already accept manufactories, but it's only a tiny bit more expensive. I'm not really worried about that. Let's give it some time. It will spread around and it will become cheaper, basically. Yeah, cool. So the other thing is Ethiopia here. Hopefully, if we close the distance between our borders, we can vassalize him. Let's add a province to the clergy. God dang it, let's use a mercantilism. Or mercantilism. I don't want to lose Diplo points if it can be avoided. So I hope I didn't forget anything that time. I believe it is time to kill some fools. Wow. Look at that, dude. His capital has switched locations, and he's, I assume, developed it a lot. Which is going to make that a quite a valuable region. But my priority, let's go for his capital though. It's a good move. Priority is going to be taking down to Mecca, I think. You know, I completely forgot about the bloody trade. We're losing massively. That's why we're losing money, dude. I don't think that these amount of light ships would make that much of a difference. Let's just go put it back to where it was. I'm sorry. Sorry I touched anything. Let's just go move them back. Make some more money. We lost about 20 ducats a month. Like, that is big, the amount that we lose. Okay, so spend money, gain stuff. We're going to do that one. I actually value manpower more than legitimacy because I want to boost my legitimacy afterwards. Overkilling it there a bit on the manpower, but I mean, we're at war, suffering some attrition. It's all good. Fort level 6 in the mountains, jeez. Damn. That's nasty. We don't really have much backup. I gotta be careful there for that stack. Kind of hoping that we just take his capital ultra quickly. He was actually on par with us in tech. So let's take a look at what we're going to be taking here. I want to go down to Mecca. Let's do that. It would be smart to give us a border with Yemen, to be able to wreck him. Take the Holy Region. So that's most of our war already. And I assume that's closing the borders to Ethiopia. So yeah, go down to Yemen. So that's about it. That's about it. All we're going to be taking from this war. We're involved in a war with this little guy, which is inconsequential, I would say. Now, I can't even claim the other province. That's a bit awkward. Let's wait until we're integrated. We've integrated this guy here, and use our Holy War CB against the Pope. I don't have any Triumph available just yet, but I will. We will have Triumph for Italy, right? Something like that, which is pretty cool. Now that we've taken Mantua, this is the only remaining Italian who is not part of our nation, and of course they are indirectly currently integrating them. I kind of want to switch this general out for that one. The siege is just too good. I always thought it was weird, but probably appropriate how they added Wasteland here. Little changes like that look different when you're not used to it, but feels appropriate to me. Makes you wonder why it was ever the way that it was, having big fat provinces here in the harsh desert. Lose legitimacy, eh? It's pretty pooey province. I think I like losing legitimacy, maybe. Maybe. That certainly was the easiest choice out of those. I mean, we lost absolutism, but we're doing fine on absolutism. We're doing fine on legitimacy, considering it allows us to boost our absolutism once this disaster is over. We should be trying to win battles for war score, so let's go do that. Not bloody well progressing here. I'm gonna switch them out, the generals. Trying to keep our composition in decent shape. This is a nice fort in the mountains. Oh, are you at war? He is. Excellent. Hoping for sure to go in against the Timurids and break his alliance here, but also not have to, separate peace him. Definitely going to make that war against the Timurids a breeze by comparison. We're at a stage where we're so strong that something like that, there's nothing that really is too hard for us to handle. But at the same time, making a battle like that or a war easier, not having to deal with a strong ally like that. He's actually one of the stronger nations in the game right now. Janpur, don't know how to say his name correctly. Also, these wastelands around here I'm not perfectly used to myself, but I realize there's a desert here crossing. So I think our mission boosts our reputation when our overextension goes away, which is definitely nice, and should take that into consideration if I need to wait for just a moment to complete that mission. But rep is just good for us as we're going to be doing a lot of integrating. I'm a little bit sad we didn't fill our coffers, which would have got rid of one of our inflation. Yeah, the value of Genoa dropped in general. Traders back up to 85 almost. That was definitely a mistake. Trying to experiment there. Just keep things where they are for now. Cost us quite a lot of money, but we can afford it. We have no debt. Oh, nice. I wonder if we can walk across that strait, or if the Mamluks do have... They definitely have some kind of navy, and it's definitely on this side, the Red Sea side, but I wonder if it will get over there in time. It's hard to say. Ooh, so Yemen decided it was a good time to go in against him. Unfortunately, he might take occupations of land that I desired, but that would not be the end of the world. Because we would probably find that we'd have a common border with him anyway if he wins the war against the Mamluks. Oh, no, there's his name right there. What the hell? Really? Does he even have a coastline here, though? I don't think he's had a coast there for a long time. How is he not dying from attrition? Maybe they just came around while we fought this war. He decided, let's go around Africa. A little bit confused there. He certainly has some form of navy that I can see. Also, I noticed in between episodes that my relations, I don't know if they're topped off by improving. No, they're not. But see, we can see here they're dropping below what we require. So let's boost them back up whilst we don't need to utilize our diplomats. Russia expanding, I should just be happy with that, but I'm thinking about borders, guys. I'm thinking about borders. There's a lot of wealth in Persia, man, that I wanted to tap into. A little bit of a shame that we're kind of being bested by the Russians at the moment. So I believe, yeah, inland center of trade there in Sari, which, I mean, these guys are probably going to get, oh no, maybe not, fully annexed, I was going to say. I guess the development's quite high. We might be able to gobble up whatever remains. Okay, we'll just do that one. Don't really care about a little bit of monthly autonomy change. I guess the idea is that this disaster increases your autonomy and then lowers the rate at which you kind of route the autonomy out. Mantua's been caught up. It's the only province which remains. I love the rate at which we convert. We are going to lose that, guys, when we form Rome. We're not going to lose any of our missionaries, but we are going to lose the missionary strength, which is definitely, I mean, it does have an effect. 3 missionary strength, it does definitely have an effect against, you know, heathen religions in particular, which typically are a little bit more difficult to convert. About 20 years, or 30 years, remaining on Ryazan's cores. Oh wow, the Russians finally broke diplomacy with Ryazan. Like, how long did he last, dude? I was starting to think he's going to just last forever and get integrated via diplomacy, but after all this time, the Ruskies, they decided they desired that land. I would have thought that that would have happened much sooner. Look at that. He's had states on that territory forever, and he only just decided. But it's no big deal. It's a good thing. If he takes out the Ryazan, he's going to do the job that Ryazan doesn't seem to be capable of, which is convert that province, which is very important. There needs to be no provinces remaining. So, by the way, are we taking this fort with this peace deal? Because God dang it, our Spanish spy network has been discovered. Yeah, it would definitely be a decent province to have obtained. Can't really afford to grab it though. It's a bit unfortunate. Well, we probably could. It would just look a little bit more ugly to do so. Yep, something like that. Just do that. I think it's definitely smart to own that fort level 6 so that we don't have to deal with it next war. And he might actually build it up again to the final level of 8, which would be really painful if we hadn't yet taken it. Thankfully, Yemen's operating mostly in East Africa, because I can't really get past this fort even if I wanted to. Well, I can now that I've taken it, lol. To make the occupations, I mean. Surprising that his enthusiasm... Oh, we must have lost a battle. One of my little subjects. I was going to say surprising that his enthusiasm... Okay, Russia only took 2 provinces. Cool. I wonder... he struggles to pull out of Persia at all. I reckon we would absolutely dominate. It's a shame that this is an area that we won't obtain, but we wouldn't area it up anyway. I think that we will still just dominate the Persian trading region, in my opinion, without even owning that permanently. So that's pretty good. Oh, nice. Some admin. Everybody loves admin. If we get too far ahead in our admin, of course, we can state up some of our provinces, which I'm happy to do. God dang it, Yemen did come in with the occupations. No! El Bastardo! How well is he ravaging the Mamelukes? He's same tech level. So we'll just have a bit of confidence that... I have no idea where the Mam's troops are, you know? I have a bit of confidence that we will end up getting a border with him because he's defeating the Mamelukes. He appears to have more troops. So I suggest that he would win the war. There we go. Yeah, I forgot about Ethiopia. All of a sudden I feel like we need more diplomats, but that's okay. More reputation definitely helps us diplo-vassalize the Ethiopians as well. There we go. Oh, Brabant becomes the emperor. An actual worthy emperor, perhaps. One of the things that really irritates me about this game, guys, is how, like, tiny, pathetic emperors can get in control. And as soon as it happens, it's just like, oh, rip empire. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know how the game mechanics work, but a part of me just wishes that there was a bit more of a bias towards like a emperor who actually is going to be capable of defending the empire. Like, to see Brabant, I'm like, nice. Brabant's probably wealthy and he's a decent size here, and he's like a worthy emperor. Do you know what I mean? Like, having the benefit of being the emperor like makes him more formidable. Like, the Netherlands probably thought they're tougher than him, right? And then he becomes emperor. They're like, oh snap, it's pretty strong. Okay, poor France, but nice. That's definitely a nice little event there. War exhaustion hardly exists at all. Excellent. So we've now taken Mecca. Do you need it? I don't think you even need to convert it, do you, for the conquest of Mecca? Sweet. Yet another missionary. 7 missionaries. That's a lot. All of these provinces are awkward. I'll chill in the coastal desert. So did we close the distance between borders? We totally did. Sweet. Let's grab Ethiopia as a subject next month. And that kind of, I think, gave us some CB that we otherwise, didn't have. We could go into Yemen like now. Why don't we wait though? We've got other things to take care of. I should do that. Get enforced upon. Ethiopia. He doesn't have religious ideas. The provinces that he currently has are pretty low development, so I think that he'll enforce his religion fairly well. But of course, we should be able to do it for him, right? I really needed this change, guys. In my Hungarian playthrough, we would have got 1 faith, if you guys remember. In the Hungarian playthrough, like, I was struggling so hard to kind of switch around, like, my why exactly? Oh, he is stuck there. True, I don't border France. We do need the French region. Maybe I should consider just attacking one of these guys. I'll definitely consider that in the future, as we do need the French region. Like, I've kind of been thinking in my head, like, oh, we have all of France because they're under a personal union, but we do need these provinces. and the Old English one to form the Roman Empire. And that guy's a little bit stuck there unless we get some military access, but that's fine. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I feel like that was fairly productive. Let's let the month tip over. Back to making a lot of money. Let's just not move our bloody merchants around at the moment. Our manpower's full. Maybe I should consider taking a different saint, like harsh treatment cost would be really good for when we're trying to boost our absolutism again. Especially if we do make it for, yeah, we probably will make it for the harsh treatment cost reduction. We're trying to make it 25%. That would probably be way more efficient than boosting our legitimacy even. It's a shame that this is weak. Because the discipline's obviously nice, and the manpower is nice, assuming you need manpower, which we don't right now. So I think I might take that guy. This is also good. Of course, we do have the institution to accept. It's becoming cheaper though. We're making money. I don't plan to tick up anytime soon. We're going to go for, yeah, at least the war score cost there. So I think next episode, guys, we might go into the Timurids, but I have a little bit of a look around. I think, yeah, yeah, I think we're going straight in against the Timurids to break this alliance. I think that's worth doing. Do you guys agree? I think it is. So that's probably what we're going to do. I'm probably going to keep it paused and declare that immediately next episode, so that, yeah, their alliance is broken, and hopefully, let's quickly check how strong they are. Hopefully, they're going to be easy peasy for us. Damn, it's got a lot of troops. We outnumber him just with that, though. I just need to get some troops down to deal with our unrest, and we're going to be good, real good. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and it feels bad, man, because our power projection's falling. Probably going to end up doing the same thing when we go into QQ, humiliate Russia, in a future episode. I'll see you then.